for Facebook groups. You walk into work this morning and comments on groups are down by 10%. What would you do?
Well, that's definitely concerning. The first thing I'd do is to look at sort of cutting the search space. Do a bunch of cuts using the data we have to try to isolate a particular area of problem.
What cuts would you make?
Yeah, so I try to think about these things along kind of three big dimensions. One we'll call user properties, and I'll clarify what I mean by this in a minute. Two, feature properties. And three, funnel.
Great, that definitely makes sense. Let's start with user.
Cool.
What are your thoughts there?
User properties, I mean, let's investigate whether a particular flavor of user is disproportionately affected. And the first thing that kind of comes to mind is we have two real user we need to think about. The sort of end user, the consumer, and the admin. You know, maybe something's wrong with our admin tools or something like that. So on the consumer side, you know, this is just kind of a laundry list of stuff I check quickly on a dashboard. But is there a particular geo of consumers affected, a particular OS or browser? You know, maybe it's a bug type thing. Is there something wrong? Sorry for my writing here. Things like, you know, even the ISP or something, maybe somebody's blocking something, is, you know, on Wi-Fi or not, or a version of the app, and, you know, a bunch of other stuff, maybe by gender, since we have that, by age, you know, like, and a bunch of stated properties and so on, like, I don't know, number of friends, friend count. We could go crazy here, but what we're trying to see is, you know, all the properties we have of a user is a particular kind of user disproportionately affected.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Similar process for the admin. You know, maybe the admin tools are broken in some particular app version or something. So I'd cut by about the same elements for the admin.
All right, well, let's move on to the second dimension you chose here.
Yeah, feature properties. So here I want to look at, are there particular flavors of groups that are affected? So here I mean groups in a certain category, like buy-sell groups or that kind of thing. Groups with certain privacy settings, closed groups versus not. And kind of some stuff here, groups in certain geos. Groups of a certain size.
Got it. So different properties and groups.
That's right. And you know, as many as we can think about, is there a particular flavor of group?
Makes sense. And what did you mean by funnel? That's kind of the third cut you made.
Absolutely. So this will overlap a little bit, but here I want to really think about how somebody comes to post on a group. So how does somebody, you know, go from a complete stranger to posting? So, you know, at the outset, they probably see something in their newsfeed, so our feed impressions down.
Okay.
Or maybe they get a notification is probably one of the hooks. Are those down, or you know, are we getting fewer referrals from notifications? Let's see if there's some other big things. I think those are probably the big ones. There's probably like some screens around discovery for groups and so on, but probably less important. Next step, when somebody gets those things, they come to the group page. So I want to see if the sort of conversion rate from coming to a page to posting is down.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
And you know, somebody comes to that, and then kind of another stage, the stage later in the funnel is sharing. Once they post it, is our sharing tools broken in some way? Maybe the share button's gone or something like that.
Sure.
Kind of completing the full loop of the funnel here. So I'd look at steps in this funnel here and try to see if, you know, some particular area is disproportionately broken or down. So with a lot of this information, it might be multiple things. We might be a certain stage of funnel, a certain user type, or a certain feature or group type. So and with a lot of this, we'll be able to really zone in on where we ought to be investigating. Maybe deploy engineers to look at the particular area of the code, or otherwise reach out to the right team and so on.
This course is brought to you by Candor, helping tech professionals get paid fairly.